Hi guys, it's me MegRae, and today I'm going to be building for you a horse statue in Minecraft. This is purely for decorational purposes, and I'm going to show you how to build it in the easiest way possible. The first thing you want to do is pick which blocks you will be using. For mine, I wanted it to be very statue-like, so I used a combination of stone and cobblestone. But if you wanted it to be more realistic colors, you're more than welcome to use colored wool or clay, something that represents a horse. It's totally up to you. Once you have your blocks selected, what we're going to do is start building the sculpture from the inside out, one layer at a time. And I'm going to show you step by step each layer and what blocks get placed where. We're going to start with the middle layer, and I'm just going to count 7 blocks up, and then I'm just going to build this whole shape, and it's going to be the center of the horse. The more layers we add, the more three-dimensional the horse will get. So I am going to actually be following my own diagram as I build this. You're more than welcome to pause the video if you need to look at it more carefully. As you can see, I have different colors in the diagram. Those represent different parts of the horse. So one color is the body and the other color represents all of the hair on this layer. That way you'll know when to switch up your blocks. I did replace 3 blocks on the head with diorite, just to give this horse a little stripe on its head. Now that we have the middle layer complete, we can begin work on the second layer. The more layers we add, the fewer blocks we will be placing, because as we build out, we will be getting into finer detail. One thing I want to mention is that I normally would recommend building things hollow, but for the sake of this tutorial, I think it's a lot easier to visually see the entire shape as it's filled in. My recommendation is, if you build this in survival, to not fill in the shape so much, maybe build a couple blocks in but leave at least part of it hollow to save some blocks. But if you want to be as accurate as possible, you might want to go ahead and fill in the shape, even though it will use more blocks. To finalize this layer, all we have to do is add something for the eyes, in which case I used a coal block. Now that we're getting into the third layer, the blocks are going to be more spread out and not all connected, since we're going to be getting into more of the muscular shapes of the horse, and also into starting the leg shapes. When I initially designed this horse, I was thinking a lot about the muscle structure and where those muscles would be. And that helps determine where you'll need to place more blocks and add more dimension. Now, because this is on such a small scale, it is hard to get them accurate, and it may look a little funny to have a few blocks poking out, but in the end, it will look better as a whole. So that's my tip for how you can build any animal in Minecraft, really, to look at the muscles and where those would be going, and even if you have just one block you need to place somewhere, one block can make a big difference in the outcome of a really small build like this. At this point, now that we have the third layer done, I'm going to quickly go back and replace these 3 blocks for the hooves with a different block so that they'll stand out a little better. I'm going to use a cobblestone block for the tip of the hoof, and then on the other 2 adjacent corners, just put cobblestone stairs. Now we're on to our 4th and final layer. Now, I hope I didn't confuse you on the number of layers. I hope you noticed by now that I'm building 1 layer on each side, but I'm only counting them as 1 layer, even though it's technically more than that. I hope I'm not confusing you. Anyway, for this final layer, we're only going to be adding just a few blocks here and there to finalize the muscle shapes, mostly on the legs. have the body of the horse complete, we can go to the tail and just start adding extra detail. I just used extra blocks and stairs and some cobblestone walls, and I randomly placed them just to give it more shape. If you wanted to be more creative with the tail, you could even make it kind of blowing in the wind, which would be a really nice effect, but I just didn't do that for the sake of this video. Now going to the mane, we're just going to do the exact same thing we did with the tail, adding extra blocks to detail it. The nice thing about this is you don't have to follow it exactly for the mane or the tail, even from the previous layers. You could make it go any direction you want and it would still look good. You could also add some extra hair to the front of the horse if you wanted to, like I did here. Now we have the horse sculpture completely done. But if you want to make it look even better, you can add some additional details. What I decided to do for mine was to have this horse standing in the middle of a pond. So I created a little base for it to be standing on, and once I had that, I just carved out a shape where I wanted the pond to go. Then I did a little bit experimenting and created a very basic border for this pond. Once I had that looking semi-good, I filled in the pond with water and added some lily pads because all ponds need lily pads. And then as a final touch to my creation, I added some lighting so that it would actually light up at night. And that is how you can build for your world a nice little big statue to decorate your world. If you want to see more videos like this or other random Minecraft videos from me, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, leave a comment if you have any suggestions for what you'd like to see me build in the future. Thanks for watching!